Interface endpoints allow your resources to connect to all services privately over the Amazon network. This means that the traffic stays within the OS infrastructure, enhancing security. On the other hand, gateway endpoints are specifically designed for S3 and DynamoDB, providing a direct connection to these services without needing an internet gateway, NAT device, or VPN connection. Think of it like choosing between two secure tunnels to reach a destination. One tunnel is specifically built for certain paths, while the other can accommodate a wider range of traffic. In this case, understanding these advanced VPC networking concepts and OS best practices is crucial for maintaining a secure environment. In summary, the choice between interface endpoints and gateway endpoints depends on your specific needs for secure connectivity within your VPC. Both interface endpoints and gateway endpoints provide private connections within a VPC, but they serve different purposes. Gateway endpoints are specifically designed for services like Amazon S3 and DynamoDB. They operate through the route table, allowing traffic to flow directly to these services without needing to go through the public internet. This setup is not only scalable but also free of cost, making it an efficient choice for accessing these services. To put it simply, think of gateway endpoints as a private road that leads directly to a warehouse, like S3 or DynamoDB, without having to go through busy city streets, the public internet. In summary, while both types of endpoints provide private connections, gateway endpoints are specifically for S3 and DynamoDB, making them a key part of your VPC architecture. Interface endpoints are a crucial part of OS private link. They create an elastic network interface, or ANI, in each subnet of your virtual private cloud, or VPC. This ANI allows you to connect to various OS services using private IP addresses. This means that the communication happens within the OS network, enhancing security and performance. You can use interface endpoints with almost any OS service, including Lambda, Kinesis, API Gateway, and CloudWatch, among others. To visualize this, imagine your VPC as a neighborhood. Each subnet is like a street in that neighborhood. The interface endpoint acts like a private road that connects your house to specific services without needing to go out onto the main road, keeping your data secure and private. In summary, interface endpoints provide a secure way to connect to all services using private IPs, ensuring that your data remains within the OS network. A gateway endpoint is a way for your virtual private cloud, or VPC, to connect to these services without needing an internet connection. The cool thing is that when you create a gateway endpoint for S3, it automatically shows up in your route table. This means that your VPC can access S3 directly, making it a very efficient and straightforward solution. It's important to note that while gateway endpoints are great for S3 and DynamoDB, for other OS services, you would typically use an interface endpoint instead. In our lab, we will create a VPC along with two subnets. Then, we'll set up an S3 bucket and a DynamoDB table. Think of it like setting up a small community where the VPC is the neighborhood, the subnets are the streets, and the S3 bucket and DynamoDB table are the houses where data lives. To recap, gateway endpoints provide a simple and cost-effective way to connect to S3 and DynamoDB directly from your VPC. First, we will attach a gateway endpoint for S3. This allows our Act2 instances to access S3 directly using private IP addresses. This means that the traffic does not need to go through the internet, which enhances security and performance. Next, we will configure an interface endpoint for services like CloudWatch and Kinesis. This setup ensures that these services are also accessible without using the public internet. To validate our configuration, we will check the VPC flow logs and the route table entries. This step is crucial because it helps us confirm that all the traffic remains private and secure. Think of it like having a private road that only your vehicles can use, instead of driving on a busy public highway. In summary, by using these endpoints, we can securely connect our Act 2 instances to S3, CloudWatch, and Kinesis without exposing our data to the internet. One frequent error is the unnecessary use of interface endpoints. While they can be useful, candidates sometimes implement them without fully understanding their necessity. Additionally, it's crucial to properly configure the Elastic Network Interface, NE, permissions. If these permissions are not set correctly, it can lead to access issues that can be frustrating to troubleshoot. Another mistake is ignoring route tables and security groups. These components are essential for managing access and connectivity. If they're not configured correctly, it can result in failed access attempts, leaving candidates puzzled about why their setup isn't working. To illustrate, think of route tables and security groups like the locks and keys on a door. If you don't have the right key or if the lock is broken, you simply can't get in. In summary, being mindful of how you use interface endpoints and ensuring proper configuration of permissions, route tables, and security groups is vital for successful access to S3 and DynamoDB. When working with OS, it's essential to choose the right type of endpoint for your needs. For services like S3 and DynamoDB, we use gateway endpoints. These are straightforward and cost-effective solutions that allow you to connect to these services without needing an internet gateway. On the other hand, for almost all other OS services, we utilize interface endpoints. These provide secure and private connectivity, ensuring that your data remains protected while in transit. Think of it like choosing the right road for your journey. If you're heading to a specific destination like S3 or DynamoDB, the gateway endpoint is like a direct highway. But if you need to reach various other places, the interface endpoint acts like a well-maintained network of smaller roads that keeps you safe and secure. In summary, remember to configure your permissions and route tables correctly and conduct thorough testing. Gateway endpoints are ideal for S3 and DynamoDB, while interface endpoints serve the rest of the services effectively. For instance, if you're working on a web application, you might need to select between services like Act2 or Lambda. Choosing the wrong service can lead to performance issues or increased costs. Similarly, even if you select the right service, if it's not configured correctly, it won't perform as expected. Think of it like cooking a recipe. If you choose the wrong ingredients or don't follow the steps correctly, the dish won't turn out well. So, always remember that the right selection and configuration are critical for success in OS. In summary, focus on choosing the right service and configuring it correctly to ensure your OS projects run smoothly. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what advanced OS topic you'd like us to dive into next.